Hi, this is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle. Boy, we've got a lot of projects that have come in the last week or so, keeping our delivery services busy. We have so many that we had to break this into two in terms of projects that we're going to be doing in the shop from service and repair, and also to preview for you those that should make it to video so that you can see how to do it yourself. And if you find yourself in a situation where one of these reels is not planned to be a video, that's probably because I have them in my library, but if you can't find them in my library, I'll try and direct you, and if it doesn't meet your needs, we'll try and do another video on them for you. So this one was dropped off by Matt. He brought in several reels, and let's get started with this one. This is a 3-bar Penn Long Beach, which means this is probably the Long Beach 66 because of the narrow frame. It shares the mechanicals design-wise with the 65 and 66, but it is larger, and the reel is almost identical when you get to the insides of these to the larger Senator piece, but the gears aren't as strong. Next one up we have is a Quantum Optics 60. I understand from Matt that this one has been on the water, that it's part of a kayak fishing setup. And well, that just takes on a lot of water. I think he told me this one was dunked. And well, we're going to try and clean that up and get that one working properly. Matt also brought me a J.C. Higgins. Now, this is a reel made by Ocean City. It's called a trade reel. Ocean City is not branded on there, but J.C. Higgins is. And J.C. Higgins was the brand name that Ocean City marketed these under for Sears Roebuck. So this reel is in the 1950s. This one's close to my heart. My dad fished one of these all the way back when he was teaching us to fish. And yeah, I like this one. And the internals of this reel are all very similar. So here's an Ocean City. This one is a 949. You can see the post patterns, the bridge patterns, and the like are almost identical. They changed it a little bit so that it took on a flavor of being Sears. You got kind of a faux pen handle here. It's a smaller torpedo knob. And you have a swing versus some of the other setups. But overall, it's an Ocean City reel. If I have time, maybe I'll do the video on that. Here's what was a workhorse. This is the Penn Pier 209. This was the best of the inshore level wind fishing reels. This one's stuck. Something's broken on that, so maybe we'll do a why do reels fail video. This should not be over here, so something's really jammed up in there. It's not the gears. Interesting. It's something between the gears and the spool, because in free spool that gear turns fine. These always are fun. This is a spider reel, the Spider Tarantula. Spider was spider wire, and I think the reels were made to complement their line branding, and so I'm not sure who made that, when it was made, how it was made, and it's missing a handle, so I'm not sure what we can do. Here is another Japanese trade reel made in Japan. This is the Diamond A777. Boy, if this doesn't look like, I think it was the compact reel that we just did. And again, this one's totally grease choked. Now, I'm concerned with this because I'm noticing an awful lot of corrosion on the top. I'm not sure if we'll be able to get the screws out on the gear side. Looks like we will be able to get the screws out on this side. And if I get a chance, we'll go ahead and do that as a video. Here's another Ocean City reel, almost identical to the one you saw, except for the frame being more narrow. And here's a Penn 109 reel. You can tell the 109 versus the Penn 9 by the handle. So this is the earlier one. If you looked at, this one's jammed up too. If you looked at this one compared with your 209, you would think it's a similar reel, but it's not. In the 109, it has a different handle, and when you remove the free spool, this handle will turn backwards. So the only thing that free spool is doing basically is locking in the anti-reverse so that it doesn't trip back when you go into retrieve mode. And then finally we have a Penn 155 Beachmaster. This is an earlier version of it. You can see how you have the cross hatching on the inside of it, and you have the lighthouse scene on the back etched into this side plate. So lots of work there, and over time, Matt said there's no rush. Over time we will get to these. This one might be an interesting one in terms of why the fishing reels fail. The rest of them, I think for the most part, I have videos on. Even though I get criticized from time to time for doing the vintage reels, a lot of us have vintage reels out there, maybe from when we were kids or something. You want to see how to tune them up, and in this case, you can't take this one fishing, but I'll bet you can when we get done with it. We'll give that one a second chance. And then, of course, the vintage. Well, we have a couple more boxes here, so just bear with me. The next one comes in from Florida, and Florida is always an interesting cross mix of the types of reels that I get in. I get a lot of reels that are ocean going reels, of course, and I get the reels from the bass fishermen as well. And well, let's see what we have in here. So we have a big reel in here, and this one is a lever drag. It's the Shimano TLD 25. Michael is sending this one in, and I'm going to have to go back and remember exactly what it is. I don't know if this is... Oh, that's working. Not sure. So I've done services on the TLD. I think that's probably how he found me. I think he mentioned something to the effect of it was a little bit too much for him to want to go tackle, so could I do it? I will do that. I will check. But again, I think we've done that one. And then Bobby from Tennessee has sent me in something I don't normally see a lot of. And that's a whole bunch of closed-faced bait casters. Not easy to say, but Bobby did alert me that he's got these, and if I would be so kind. First one up is a Reel in the Bag project. It's a Zebco, and I'm not seeing the model number. Here we go. It's a Zebco 2020. Not familiar with it. If all the pieces and parts are there, we'll get it back going again. Then we have two reels. He asked me if I could make one out of these two. These are Johnson's. These are the Johnson 100 Centuries, and we are going to see if we can do our best. 100 Bs. He tells me one of them works, one doesn't. But we can probably get to two if we can. Missing a handle on this side, handle knob on this side. This one's probably frozen, but I'll be happy to give that a try. Well, it looks like the 202s, or 2020s rather. There's another one in the bag. And I like this one. This one is a the Wonder Light. I was going to say Shakespeare. It's a Shakespeare Wonder Light push button. And I'm not sure what it says. It says the push button does not work. Okay. And Bobby is a closed-faced reel aficionado. He's another 100B. Love these old ones. This should be a Shakespeare too. This is a 1700. It's a model DJ. And will not retrieve. Most of the time with the open face ones, if they're not retrieving, if they're not working properly, if it's buttons, the first culprit is usually dried grease. And well, we'll see what we can do for Bobby on there. So it looks like about 7 or 8 of these bait casting reels. We'll get on them. And then the last one is actually a flea market find of mine. I previewed it as a fishing reel of the day. I really don't need fishing reels, but when I see one like this, well, I just kind of have to go and spend a couple of bucks. So I got this for a song. This is the original Black Gold series from Daiwa. This is the BG20. It's in pretty decent condition. I'm going to take this one fishing when I get done with it, but I think what we'll do is we'll do a video to show you all about this reel before I strap it on a pole. It's a 3-ball bearing reel. A lot of people consider it one of the finest reels that Daiwa has made. And again, when I can pick them up for a song, even though I have the reels that I fish, it's always something that grabs my attention. And most of the time there's a weakness in my heart that somehow says buy these. So I bought that one. All right, so that's the preview part 2. And there's a lot of reels here. If you have an interest in seeing any of these that I don't plan to do the videos on, please leave the request in the comment section. I will try to see what I can do to accommodate you on that. So to all of our first responders and essential personnel, thank you for everything it is you do to keep us safe. I truly do appreciate everything that you do. To everyone, get your lines in the water, go catch some fish, service the reels before you take them out there, make sure you change your line, and have a great day fishing. This is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle.